This is a big problem. Master Dong here, and today we're going to go through 3 ways to counter someone throwing really aggressive punches. Let's get to it. Now these things are going to go in order from how much they actually damage the person attacking you. So number 1 is going to be something that doesn't really hurt them too much. Number 2 is going to be something that hurts them a little bit. And number 3 is going to be something that ends the lineage of their family and means that no one will ever even know they existed at any point in time. So we'll start with number 1, and that is the Thai clinch. So what I want to do is start by covering my head with as much surface area as possible. I like to do it like this, but if it's a big right hand swing, you can go like this. If it's a big left hand swing, go like this. Basically just cover your head and close that distance. I want to get from here to in here in any way I possibly can. Personally, I like this. I find it a pretty good way to cover most of the bases and avoid getting hit in most of the places. I'm a motherfucking rapper. So if he goes for a right hand swing, covering up, getting in. Step number 1 is just get in here. So now that I've closed that distance, I'm going to look to take this hand, grab the top of his head with it, slide the other hand up, grab the top of the head, and let's just shimmy over here, shimmy right on over here. So I've grabbed top of the head. Worth noting, I have not grabbed here, because right now if I grab just the top of the spine or the back, if he tries to stand up, it's my biceps versus his entire back muscles. He's gonna win that little game. It's not a fun game for me when I do it. Let's not play that game, let's play a different one. Let's play this game instead. Take my hands, put it right on top of the back of the skull. Now, it's my biceps versus the little muscle that makes his neck do this, and I'm gonna win that every time. Try to stand up, Joe. You can't do it. You can't look at me. Look at me in the eyes, Joe. Look at me in the eyes like a damn man. You can't do it. You can't look me in the eyes because you're a little boy. Yes, I am. It's also worth noting that looking someone in the eyes has no correlation to masculinity. Everyone's a boy if you're a boy. If you're a girl, you're a girl. You get it. Don't even worry about it. You're who you want to be. I don't know if I'll put that in or not, but I'll figure that out later. And the other thing to take into account while I'm here is I'm actually squeezing the elbows into one another as much as I possibly can. So I'm not just gently holding like this. I'm holding and I'm going. Joel, put your head in here. Put your head in here, right? Get in. I'm going. You know, really hard. By doing that, it gives me a couple of things. Number 1 is better control of him. If I don't squeeze my elbows, Joe, try to get out of it. Oh, he's slipped under. Where'd he go? I don't know. I'm a slippery boy. He's a slippery boy. He's slipping right out. It's wet and wild up in here. Not like that. Get your head out of the gutter, son. But if I do slide my elbows together, try to get out, Joe, I can kind of control him a lot better because I've got that pressure going into his neck. I can read his body language a lot better, and it's just easier for me to control him like this. Hands on the back of the head like this, elbows in nice and tight. So what are the benefits of this position? One benefit is I am not really hurting him too bad. So if it's someone you're not really worried about, like a kid at school in a bully fight situation, you don't have to break their spinal cord in order to win this fight. You can literally just hold them here. But if you are going to do this, you can't just hold them here statically because he's completely free to be punching me all up around the guts. Oh, my guts, my lunch. No, give me my lunch back. It's coming out. I'm vomiting. I'm pooping it out. Give it to me. Take it back. Put it in my mouth. You know, you don't want to be having some guy trying to put your lunch back in your mouth. That's gross and weird. No one wants that. Unless you want that. Do you want?
You'll find out tonight.
Ooh. So in order to try to avoid this little situation, what we want to do while we're doing this is I'm not just holding him static. As he's throwing these punches, I'm yanking him around and controlling a push, pull, push, pulling, whop. And obviously, if you want, you can whop, 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 whop. Do all that stuff as well. So you gotta yank him around. You gotta be like, hey, you're over here. Nah, you're over here. Hey, you're over here. Now you're over here. It's just a prank. It's always a prank. They never know what's going on. Consistently getting joshed. I don't know if you get that reference. Josh, it was like an old show. Do you remember that show?
I know what you're saying.
Did you watch the show? It was Ashton Kutcher.
Oh, is that
you're getting,
the 70s show?
He's from the 70s show. You're getting Josh. You know, he would always prank people. He'd set people up.
Josh.
Yeah, but his name isn't even Josh. It's Ashton.
Yeah.
Why did they call it? Why did they say that?
You're getting punked.
Was it punked?
Yeah.
Where did I get joshed from?
It's an old saying. You're getting joshed.
Why? Who's Josh?
I don't know who's Josh.
What
it's like
fuck?
that saying, it's lukewarm. It's like, who's Luke and
Who
where's
is?
warm?
Yes. What the hell? Now, the one thing we have to be wary of, and is a negative of this position, is as I'm here, both of his hands are completely free, not only for punching, but also reaching into his pockets, getting some kind of implement, and sticking it right in where babies come from. So pro is you have good control without actually seriously hurting anybody. Negative is that they can just pull something out of their pockets when they come to the realization that, oh man, this guy knows what he's doing, and now it's a matter of just you're getting a pay cut. So what does this look like in real time? Let's take a look. So I'm here, whipping around, he's trying to punch, I kind of whip him down, and he comes around, And a good thing, actually, while we're here, what you can do from this position, a lot of the time they'll try to push forward into you. So as they push forward into you, you can literally just snap down on their neck. So push forward on me. Whoop. Oh, you all right?
Yep, good.
All right. And then, you know, this is a pretty decent position because you can just be like, hey, time for some fun. No, don't do that. It's weird. Just do the regular thing and don't actually hit him either because that's unnecessary assault. You're just going to say, you know what? You've had enough. Hi. And you're going to walk on out of here. The second one is going to be a hip throw. So a beginning principle is exactly the same. As he throws that punch, I'm going to cover that distance. Only this time I'm going to shoot for an underhook with my right hand while I keep this trap with my left. Shoot for the underhook. I'm also going to simultaneously move around to this side here while I trap and pin this arm here. From this position, we're usually going to end up running around and struggling a little bit, but eventually what I want to try to do is step my right leg, that's this bad boy here, through and place my feet in the same position that his feet are in. So I don't want to come here and just try to use brute force and throw him. That's really usually not going to go too good. What I want to try to do, we might take a few steps back, is take my feet and plant it exactly in the same direction that his feet are. So see how it's almost like we're on railroad tracks, right? Like he's standing directly behind me on railroad tracks. My foot is like directly facing the same direction in front of his. Then my left foot comes around, does the same thing. I bend at the hips. That makes it really easy for me to pick him up. And then I look over that shoulder and he goes down. You can land a knee ride or you can just stay up. And alternatively, something else you can do is you can step through, and keep this hand trapped. Boom. And now that I've kept this arm trapped, knee ride, keep that here, and you can literally just ta, 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 and then you can just, and you can do whatever you want. Now first we'll look at the pros of this position. The pro, or a pro, is as I am in here and I get to this position, if we think about the ability he has to access weapons, this one is trapped completely to his body. His left hand is really kind of taken up by my space. Try to get in your pocket. All I have to do is like extend my body outwards to stop him from getting into a pocket or just move slightly around. It's pretty easy for me to stop that from happening. And then if he does that, it's like, thanks for the back, bro. We're just going this way. So you have a much better ability to control their access to any weapons they may be having. But then again, a downside would be obviously you have to throw them, which could hurt them quite a bit more. But I mean, if they're trying to take your head off, you know, sorry about that, but got to do what I got to do. It's a dog eat dog world out here in this mother sucker. So if we want to have a look at that in real time, this is what that would look like. Just keep trying to punch me in the face. Boom, boom, boom. You okay?
Yep, good.
All right, cool. Boom, boom. And you saw there it was a bit messy, right? Like it wasn't ideal. And that's okay, because it still gets pulled off a lot of the time. And the great thing about this is if it's messy, it doesn't matter, right? So, are you okay? Oh, dirt in the eye? Yep. Oh, no. Do you want me to blow on it? Would that hurt? Oh, okay. What have I done? What have I done, Joel? I will clean you for a week in the shower.
Not beautiful.
Oh, you don't want me to clean you in the shower?
Oh, well, I'll still take that off.
Yes. So it gets kind of messy when I'm in this position and then I kind of go to step through, but he steps around. Yeah, now I can't really like hip toss him, right? But what I can do is still finish the majority of the motion and then kind of go for a sweep with that, and you can still finish it, right? So you can just adapt in the moment and make it happen even if it's a bit messy. And it doesn't matter if it's messy, it just matters if it works. So what? Let's look at number 3. Number 3 is literally just going to be close that distance and attack their face as much as you possibly can. Instead of trying to close this distance, boom, and then work for some kind of positioning, my initial response is literally just block with this left hand, and I'm taking this right hand at the exact same time and just shooting it into his face. From here, that usually chucks him backwards a bit, and from here, I'm just going to come in, headbutt, grab on the, so I'm grabbing onto the jaw, using it as leverage. I could also grab onto the nose here, and I'm literally just turning it really close on its axis, right? Like, so I'm not going, I'm just keeping it nice and close, and I'm just turning here, and that will generally make them just, bloop. And then again, don't hit a man while he's down. That's not good, unless he's trying to kill you, then mess him up, finish him, sweep the leg. Even though you already sweeped him, sweep it again, double sweep. There's really not a lot to this one, which is kind of one of the reasons why I really like it and really prefer it, because it's more of a concept than a specific technique, right? Getting the hang of this Muay Thai clinch here, boom. It does take quite a few hours of practice to get a good clinch and be able to control somebody well and be able to deal with the punches and know how to read their body language, when you're gonna whip them around. And in the same token, with the hip throw, it takes even more training to be able to close that distance, get to that right position, pin the arm, get the timing as when is a good time to actually step through and throw that throw. I want to throw you. But with this, it's literally just kind of like you learn how to react instinctively to a punch like this, and then you just launch forward with his hand, and you just eat him. Like, you know, so to be more specific with this, the first initial strike is a palm strike. That's gone boom, and from here it can be anything. So headbutt, grab hold of the ear, tear it off, headbutt him, elbow him, and just at some point in time, at our earliest opportunity, we want to try to grab a hold of the jaw as leverage or nose as leverage and just turn it on its axis. And that is just so applicable in so many different scenarios that it's like my go-to thing. And I can't show that in real time because, you know, I don't want to mess up Joel's face, and like, it's not really, mate, it's gorgeous.
Spend hours on it.
Your woman is a lucky one, I'll tell you that much right now.
He is.
Oh man, if I would take you away in a second.
He doesn't realize the competition she's got.
Oh, she has it. Don't believe me. You're here spending time with me right now. She's in trouble.
Oh, no.
Oh man. All right, so that's it. That's 3 ways to counter an aggressive person coming at you with punches 100%. Close that distance, try out one of those 3 things, see which one you like best, and yeah, let me know. Is there something I missed? Is there something you like better? Is there a video you want me to do next? Hit me up in the comments below. Have a good one. Yeah, cool, that'll do.